Billy Donovan. He'll be inducted during the All-Star break. Doc was a heck of a college player too, man. 14-point-a-game guy. Great defender. Good play, being the human highlight film that
he's a very good team. Cleveland around, so a lot of people starved.
Yeah, it's the Utah Jazz, man. The two guys that probably would have ended up with the title had it not been for MJ.
Patrick Ewing probably would have came there.
We beat him here
at the old stadium.
It was a biggest.
I'll tell you what, I will say this: the biggest mistake the Knicks made.
This man was the. Remember, he's the all back alley team.
Yeah,
right?
and one car. And
that's right. Their jerseys are hanging in the rafters down at the Shockers Arena. AJ,
check his contract status. We can get him.
I think he signed a full deal now with Milwaukee.
Man.
He was dealing with the back issue last week.
But man, there's these guys. Almost every team has a sharpshooter. These guys in the 90s might not have made the rosters, but they're vital to team success now.
Sure.
You got to have those guys. Kyle Korver would have been. Woo.
Oh, Kyle will be eating in this league. Oh, Jay. Little energy left in the tank to try to make a push in this fourth quarter, especially with some of the starters on the bench from Milwaukee. It's been a much closer series the last few years between the Bucks and the Bulls. Much more competitive, handful of overtime games. Terry working on Green.
Push up, get up full court, start pressure. Start trying to make them utilize some clock.
Bruzelis is in Prince right now. I give him credit. And then on the Bulls. Flash zone. Talking about expanding and contracting defenses, the field goal percentages go up exponentially as White can't connect on the three. When you force a defense to have to make multiple either rotations or actions on the second or third action. AJ Green off target. Bruzelis the rebound and a timeout from Billy Donovan. With a receiving game as a Chicago Bear for Keenan Allen yesterday.
I put him on the bench in my fantasy.
No, don't you? Rookie record.
Yeah. I don't know who it is, but he's not. He's not the problem.
I will be fascinated to see the moves coming. Right lost.
About a foot short. Nerf hoop.
Playing game number 529 in his NBA career. Vucevic, no. Terry floor fly down.
Terry shots, get in there and get him.
Terry's kind of blinking. I wonder if he got something in his eye or he hurt his eye.
He can handle the ball. You can do a lot of different things. Kind of be like the Marcus Smart of this team.
Oh, wow. That's a nice ceiling to strive for sure. Defensive player of the year type of player.
He's shown flashes. You know, a lot of people are questioning, oh, what a good pickup. But he's starting to show. All these young kids, man, consistent minutes, you get consistent play. This is a prime example right there. I was here, designed in-house by the Bulls. All that, same thing that people saying about Patrick Williams. Yell at and you get them to respond. There's other guys you have to nurture a little bit. I know people, he's a grown man, you shouldn't have to big it. But I'm telling you, athletes do it too. You gotta be able to, push the right buttons on the right players. That's what made Phil Jackson, so good. It wasn't about the X and O's, because to people. That's one thing I learned from just how to manage people.
Is it the Joes? Just kind of the point being it's about the human side of it, the personal side of it.
Mike Malone made a comment the other night after a press conference saying it's not about the X and O's, it's your relationship with your players. Yeah. And that's true. That's awesome.
He's obviously a title winner 2 years ago.
You have to have that relationship with your players, man. You got to know, what makes them tick. Everybody's not the same. If you enforce the same rules, guys are late, you get fined, okay? But when you come to a game, in a game situation, to get the most out of the player, you've got to recognize that player stay that. Because some guys you get on and yell at. You grew up in a tough household, military family. That doesn't bother some guys.
There is Wright fighting away. That's, as you mentioned earlier, DeLon Wright on a one-year deal. He's played a lot of basketball. He's played a lot of playoff basketball. 40-plus playoff games in his career.
They love great travel. They love it. And they've all started a lot of games. This is not guys who never played. These guys have started a lot of games. So you're bringing starters off the bench if you're Milwaukee. Yep. And this guy right here, if he gets back to where he was, this is where he's dangerous right here, that post up. Yep.
Yeah, this was not the. This does not even feel like the Milwaukee time to get the pieces. I understand what you're saying. The level of impatience to control that. You're fans for a reason. You get to do that. But I think organizationally, the way you have to look at a team, the way kind of I view the league, and we witness it and kind of observe it, we see some of the more nuanced positions that these coaches and front offices are in, and it does take a little bit of time because of all the reasons you've outlined, especially the personal and human.
And that's why Doc brought him back. We were talking about the other night, a guy like Sam Cassell who's waiting for an opportunity to become a head coach. Another good basketball mind that should get an opportunity at some point.
I hope he gets a shot. I'm a little biased. I've known Sam a long time. I just feel like he deserves a shot. Did such a good job. Coaches like Doc, like Ty Lue, was in LA for a long time, now with Missoula in Boston, and a very good lead assistant. Tough drive by White. That was some decent defense again by A.J. Green.
A.J. Green is a solid defensive player, not just an offensive player.
And that's a hustle play that gets him 2 points. Duarte out there, Buzelis in and out, lighting it up in the G League as of late.
And they've got to try to find some minutes for him. I mean, he can shoot the ball, he can score, he can defend.
Couple of 30-point games, right, in the G League this last week?
They got to find some minutes for him. Just give him an opportunity, especially to make three-point shots, too. I mean, he can.
Just need one more three to keep their franchise record streak alive. There's Duarte right on Beauchamp. Say, hey, talk on the defensive end. So Prince stays out there, kind of the veteran to handle some of the younger players, along with Wright. Prince will take one over Phillips. There's big Liam Robbins with the board. Horton Tucker, Carter, Phillips, Buzelis, Duarte, the 5 for the Bulls. Here's Carter. Horton Tucker to Duarte. THT. Go. 3 minutes left to try to keep the streak going. Bulls are 9 for 45 shooting from 3 tonight. One of their worst shooting games of the year.
Again, you got to recognize when it's on and when it's not. We talk every night. If they make shots, they make 20 of those shots. This is a different ball game.
Of course.
When they make shots, they can beat anybody. Manufacture points differently. I mean, they've only gone to the free throw line 10 times tonight. Milwaukee 17 times. Points in the paint, they got 48, and that's all came mostly in the second half. They started attacking the basket.
Bounds like his brother was when he won a title in 06. And now with the Bucks. Easy for Smith.
No one's cutting to the basket.
There's a cut. Yeah, Carter sets it up. Phillips. Go. Rebound to Robbins. The Bucks will continue their excellent stretch since the first 10 games of the season. This will now be 14 wins in their last 18 games. Eventually took. No. Rebound. Up ahead for Buzelis. And a foul on Robbins. He made a great point. Lillard makes a decent point.
Probably is glad they're not playing.
It's not Rivers. We didn't need to be playing. We just need to rest. We need to rest Chris Middleton. We just need rest. We don't need to do anything else. Okay, Giannis, be quiet. Okay, let's just take that day off.
The ultimate. That's the ultimate Doc Rivers / crossing over into Bill Cartwright imitation here. Buzelis will not extend this to the final. I know you busted it out earlier, but I don't think we got a great feel for it. That was a great feel for the excellent Doc Rivers, my friend.
Somebody just told him Stacey's killing your boy.
Stacey's killing you right now, man. You have something to say after that.
Yeah,
we say it with love for Chicago's own. Glenn Doc Rivers got the nickname from Rick Majerus, the late Rick Majerus, because he wore a Dr. J. Julius Erving shirt to one of Rick's camps. You saw they started calling him Doc. Doc's on his way over to give Billy Donovan some love.
It wasn't funny. My voice hurts right now. I need a lozenge. You got any Ricolas?
One of the winningest coaches in the history of the NBA.